Hi, this is Lori from the Paint Girly channel. Oh my goodness, I just twirled around in my chair, hit something with my foot, which then fell on my sewing machine foot pedal, and my sewing machine just started to go on its own while I had my finger underneath trying to grab the bobbin out. Whew, that was a close call. I don't know what would have happened, but I don't think it would have been good if I got my finger stuck down in there. Just saying. I have paint everywhere. Paint everywhere. Welcome, welcome. This is a live stream. And I'm just fussing around until maybe a few folks join me. And I get in trouble when I twirl around in my chair. So I'll just wait a few more minutes here, sipping on my coffee. I guess I better boot up my phone. I have it plugged in. I did make an adjustment in my settings. I was in Ann Lars' stream earlier, and the girls were talking about the bot attacks that we've been having lately. Usually I don't have any, but boy, that got slammed. I got slammed really well on Friday. So I did change the settings, so I'm hoping that will help with the bot situation. But because I'm in StreamYard, I can't really see what's going on in YouTube. So if I put YouTube on my phone, that way it should help a little bit. Let's see. So I've got to get back out. So good morning to anyone and everyone who's coming in. And let's see here. I'm not doing that correctly. Good morning, Riri. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm not finding my live here. I must be doing something wrong. I can't possibly be doing something wrong. Oh dear. Oh, there it is. It's just not. Okay. There we go. Then I can just grab that. I'm doing okay. Still a little achy from my fibromyalgia flare up, but when it gets this bad, sometimes it takes quite a few days for me to get back into my normal routine, so to speak. So what have you been working on, Ree? I just might as well give up on that glare. I just heated up my coffee, so I'm good to go. Well, I've said this before several times, and I've said this in chat, I'm sure, more than once. I'm very easily enabled. And I really tried hard not to buy this coloring book. But I do love to color. And in Dee Dee's stream, she has a gal that's in there, and she's probably other places, but I see her in Dee Dee Willingham's stream. And she goes by Cat and Paste, and she's been coloring out of this Benny Blue. Well, I don't know if she has the book or if she's doing the PDFs you can get and download. So this gal, Christine Carone, she's got a couple of books out. I've got one of her fairy books. Making some tags from trash. Cool. And what I didn't realize, and I guess I should have, because some of the pages in one of her other books, they're shiny. So now I'm nervous, but to try to color it. But I was reading. I don't usually read, girls, but I was reading here. I'm assuming all girls are here. Let's see. What does it say? No part of this book may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any means. Okay. Electronic or mechanical, including photocopying, recording, or by any information storage and retrieval system without written permission from the copyright holder, except for a book review. So I'm thinking I can't color one of these while I'm on live, which I was thinking would be fun to do. Of course, I could try to get permission. But see, I never read any of the fine print. But if you are on Instagram at all, check out Cat and Paste. The way she colors these images are just, look, he's dressed like Elvis. I mean, he's just adorable. I didn't think I'd really want to color so many bunny rabbits. So I'm guessing you can do a flip through because that's kind of a review, right? Look with all the little birds on his head. I want to color that one because I want to color the carrot. Yeah, so these are some of her other books. I have this fairy one. But I don't think all the pages in that one have that the gloss. So, of course, look, I got something on the edge of the pages already. I mean, it just came yesterday after dark. So I'm flipping through the back, and she gives you a couple samples of some other things. That's not the bunny. Oh, that's the bunny. Christmas. Now we've got this foxy lady. Best friend. Look at this little gal. She's a whimsy fairy. Adeline. And then look how cute they are. So I started them last night. Yeah, so thank you, Cat and Paste, for enabling me. I looked at the PDFs, and by the time you download a couple of them, you might as well just buy the book, right? All right, so I was trying to think of something to do on today's stream, and something that I, just felt like doing. I do too much stuff in that I put a lot of pressure on myself to get some things done. And every once in a while, I like to just do something I feel like doing. And I really do enjoy making journals. So I had purchased this kit, I don't know how long ago, from the virtual Criffenders Market. I see these things and I think, oh, I have to have that. And then I get them home. They come in the mail in my package, and I look at it. Look, I don't even think I took this apart. I have no memory of this at all. And I'm sure I have other journal kits laying around that I've purchased. And we were just saying in Anne's stream, if any of you were just at Anne's, she's got a couple of Rosemary's kits. And I'm like Anne, like I have the Renaissance one. It's a beautiful kit. And I started that one, but I didn't finish it. And then I saw the bee kit that Rosemary had available, a month or so ago. And I didn't want her to sell out of them. It's just so unique. She's so ingenious with some of the things she comes up with. So I ordered that. I haven't even taken it out of the package. So I thought, well, how about I just open this up on a live, see what's in here, and go for it. So I'm going to sip on my coffee. Now, I did pull out some envelopes because I don't know what substrate I might use to make a journal. So I don't know whether I'll be using these little envelopes or not, but I just got out a stack. because I was putting some stuff away, and I thought, well, that might come in handy. So, welcome to any and all who are coming in. I'm just going to see what's in this journal kit and have at it. Oh my. So first I've got this little like chiffon type bag. A little bit of pearls. I guess they're just stick-ons. You could probably color them. They're not rough. They're nice and smooth. I was thinking from the back maybe they were those, you know, those waxy things that you melt and then you stamp. Okay, that's going to bother me, so I have to cut this. So I've got those little bits. And then there's some seed beads in here, some metal pieces, a little bulb pin. It looks like a charm with maybe a Tim Holtz thing in there. There's a lot of little good things in here. Bead, a little amber, dark amber color bling bling. Little medallions. There's a lot of cute stuff in there. Some very soft yarn type fiber. That looks like a bit of somebody's apron, maybe. Some white sari. I am so sorry, Uncle Albert. Good morning, Marty. Nice to see you. Some lace bits. We're just unpackaging a journal kit, I would assume, that I purchased and have never looked at. Look how cute they are. Can you see that? It's like a little daisy. Some upholstery fabric. Oh no, look. It's a piece of like a hanky. I love that. Some wired ribbon. Look at all this stuff. Oh my goodness. I didn't know all this was in here. Looks like a piece of satin. I don't think like is the right term. It is a piece of satin. All stitched together. This is very soft netting. Like a very fine tulle. Look at that. I wonder if you could iron that. That looks like an iron might. I guess you'd have to do cool. Cool. Some tags. Wallpaper. Nope, I am lying. It's not wallpaper. It's just regular scrapbook paper. This almost looks like Stamperia stuff, but I don't know that it is. Double-sided. Look. Oh my gosh, this stuff is adorable. Butterflies. What would you call this? A bobbin kind of thing? Oh, look. envelopes are included. Oh no, look, it's a pocket. It's a pocket. Love it. Let's see what we have here. Big stuff. Now we got some big stuff. That's cardstock. This is all heavy stuff. This is thinner. This is like the stuff you get, you get like 48,000 sheets in one bundle. Poussières? Is that how you say that? I don't even know. This does look like Stamperia stuff. Stamperia, Stamperia. Trying to see what those words say, but I cannot. This is all nice weight cardstock. This is nice stuff, guys. Look, here's like a binder divider type of thing. This has, can you see that's got a little bit of a cream on cream, white on white. Now this stuff is not, some of it is double-sided. I think it is, yeah, it is Stamperia. Look. Dun, 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 busted. I think I might have that paper pack, actually. And these are more little strips of the paper already included. So that's quite a lot to work from. So now my brain is going and what shall I do with it? I pulled out these cream colored envelopes. I do love an envelope journal. The thing of it is that if I put a couple of these together, see, like sometimes I do like G. Kerr does, and put them together like this. Look, I'm up too high, like this. And then you can put pages in between and do stuff. But then you can also slide them inside of each other. And keep doing that and make several pages, and then you have pockets, right? But then I was thinking earlier, before I looked in, that's the first time I looked in that kit, is with you guys. What if I built onto the flaps and then made pages and then eventually put them together like a tab binding? I'm thinking about that. I'm also thinking about coffee staining some of these. So I'm talking about building a journal from bare bones, from the ground up. But if I do that, what then would I do for a cover? I could use some of that paper to cover the front. And I have plenty of... All right, I'm going to go get my Judio. How are you? I have some coffee, I like to say elixir, in my fridge. I think I'm going to go get that. I'm going to put it in this little jar I have here. I'm going to go get that. And then I'm going to start staining these and let those dry a little bit. And then I think I'm going to just start working on some pages with the plan of putting the book together. Hi, Beth. Putting a journal together with the tab kind of binding, as they say. All right, so just give me one. Okay, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to go dump this and get my coffee dye. I'll call it a coffee dye instead of elixir. I should have grabbed that because I was thinking I might use that. It'll just take a moment. Please greet each other. Say hello. Be kind and friendly. I'm online. What, honey? Okay. Let's see. I've got a little punch down here that hit the floor. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I just don't know. I worry myself sometimes. It's like the more I try to be more organized and neat, the worse I get. Okay, did I miss anyone coming in? Well, I see some others have come in. Hello, hello. All right, so these little, I don't know that anybody cares, but I'm going to measure. These are 5 3/4 by 4 1/4, which will make a cute little journal. I don't know how many pages I'm going to want. I think I will play that by ear. So the first thing I think I'd like to do is just take a little snippet, make a little thumb hole, and then I'm going to paint some coffee. Now this is just instant coffee in hot water. I made a batch, my goodness, weeks ago. I use what I want and then I put the rest in the fridge so that when I have an occasion like today, I can just pull it out of the fridge and use it. Beth, I think you're probably the second person I enabled. I'm so pleased. And it's a good tool, right? It's so handy and you can get so many different uses out of it. I'm so glad you like it. I would hate to enable somebody and they're like, wow, that was a dumb idea. So I'm thrilled. Thanks for telling me that. Look, I didn't get that one just so. So I'm going to go in a little deeper. Oh, Judy, really? Mischievous. I don't know if I like the sound of that. All right, I'm going to start with 5. I don't know why. I just am. I don't know why. I love you like I do. I don't know why. I just do. Yesterday was really kind of a washout here, but today looks like it might be a lovely day. And I don't know if anyone, oh gosh, I did it again, guys. If anyone saw, I posted a small haul I got from our 55 plus. I live in a 55 plus community, and every May they have a community, yard sale. There's a lot of old people here, okay? Like, we're old. My husband's, gosh, did he just turn 70, or he's going to turn 70? I'm going to be 69. We're old, okay? But we're the kids here, okay? Mostly everybody here is like 90-ish, okay? Like, one of my best friends is 93, okay? Judy O says, I heard Barb Owen mention strawberry rhubarb pie, and I have one ready to bake. Oh, mischief. My dad grew rhubarb, and he would pick it, and my mom would clean it and chop it like you would celery, and then she would cover it with, put it in a big pot, cover it with water, and I think she added the sugar then, maybe afterwards, but she would cook it down, and it would be stringy, but it would get soft, and of course it was very tart, so she'd add a ton of sugar, and then we would just butter plain white bread and then put that sauce on top, and oh my gosh, could I go for some of that. My grandmother would make this strawberry rhubarb. That brings back fond memories. All right, I think what I want to do is also trim this little bit right here. These are probably not the best scissors to do this. But I often find those little flappy things get in my way. So you may want to, just saying, deflap your envelopes. I usually think of it after the fact, and then I'm like, why didn't I take those off? So now I'm getting ahead of the cabe. So I just said to my husband, I'd really wish I could find an old tattered bedspread or comforter where I could rip it apart and use the fabric in my journals and stuff. He thinks I'm crazy. So I did find a few things. If you haven't watched my video, I found a few things yesterday. It's supposed to be a one-day yard sale, but because the weather's been lousy, and yesterday it started out, it was overcast, but it wasn't wet, and then it started to really pour. I came home, I was drenched. I love whipped cream too. Do you believe my kids don't like whipped cream? What kid doesn't like whipped cream? Like, my daughter would have liked it if it was chocolate. Of course, as she got older, they had chocolate whipped cream. But when she was little, they didn't have it. Like, it's fluffy and sweet and soft. What is not to like? I just don't get that. Our daughter used to say she didn't like anything vanilla based. All right, now these will take a minute to dry for sure. And I'm just going to paint on the coffee, but I think with the coloring of all the stuff that's in this kit, the coffee dyed. Oh, goodness me, I didn't get paper towels. Maybe I'll use my bit of ShamWow. I've been watching Shannon Green, and she does this project. She uses a ShamWow to sop up the moisture on her work surface. That gal's a genius. Genius. Oh. This one's just got watercolor on it. It just looks a little nasty. I can rinse this out. Put my beads over there, but let's just do it this way. Then it can soak up my coffee mist. I know, right? Judy says, yes, we had it that way as well, Mama. Made rhubarb crunch by sprinkling and oat sugar. Oh my gosh, Judy, that sounds good. Yeah, sharing does make everything taste better. I know. I would say to my kids, are you kidding me? Like, how can you not like? They were not interested. We'd go to Friendlies and they'd, eat their meal and they'd want a cone head, and they would always put the puffs of whipped cream on either side of the cone to make it look like, clown hair. Nope. Nope. Yeah. They're like their father. Weird. Weird. Okay, now when you do stuff like this, you have to be careful because, of course, when you put the liquid on there, you're activating that glue. And you may not think of that, or you may think it's silly that I mention it, but see, I've glued that down to my stovetop on several occasions because I forgot. So, fair warning. So let me just bore you a little bit here as I paint. Now this isn't going to do a whole lot, but it's going to give this, it's going to knock the color back just a wee bit, I say. I don't have the energy to bake anymore. I've got to get off the carbs. I feel so much better when I'm not on them, and I just, I'm weak. I'm very weak. Where can I put these? Okay, let's see. See, I do all this stuff, and then I don't think about, where are you going to sit everything, Lori? I just knocked all my watercolor paints. I had them sitting on the top of my trash can. I use my trash can like another little shelving unit. And when I put them there, I thought to myself, now you're going to knock that over because I had used the watercolors and I like to let them really dry out for a couple of days before I put the lid back on, which I think that's what you're supposed to do. But instead of getting up off my hindquarters and go putting them where they should go so there's room for them to dry, no, I put it on the trash can. And I knocked them over, so now all the little pans are laying all over the floor. Now I've got a puzzle to put together. All right, Judy says, Lori, does she like? Oh yeah, chocolate mousse. Yeah, because it's chocolate. Yeah. Because she would never eat anything. Then she started when she was, just starting to be a teenager to say, I don't like anything vanilla based. Yeah, she's a chocolate face through and through. And our son, vanilla. He liked vanilla, but not the whipped cream. I mean, yeah, even if you like vanilla, how can you not like the whipped cream? I don't know. Could never figure that out. But like I've said this before too, and probably I'm the only one that remembers me repeating myself, but my daughter would ask for a snack and I'd list, all this crap stuff that we had in the house that she could have. And then the kid would say, well, could I have a carrot or an apple? I'm like, yeah, duh. Yeah. No mother of the year for me. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No mother of the year. I missed that on several occasions. All right, now I'm going to need a cutter of some kind because what I'm thinking is on the flaps, I'm going to attach some of the paper included in the kit that will then become a page. So I don't know if this is really going to work because I think to do the tab closure, I probably will end up having to cut this because they have to be individual pages. But I'll cross that bridge, if you will, when I get there. All right, so let me dry one of these babies up just to see. Now, the other thing for me is I love after you've wet your paper or coffee dyed your paper, whatever you're using, it gets, bumpy and wrinkly and warped and crunchy. I love that. Now, I don't know what I'm doing, guys, okay? I tuned into a gal that was called for me when I worked at the college. Her name is Jess, and she does live videos on Instagram, which I didn't even know you could do. But anyway, and she was talking about doing a free form crochet project. I didn't even know what that meant. And it basically means you don't have a pattern. So I'm free forming. Hoping that I have a stroke of genius and I shall go down in the history of art and craft making, or the book of who's who in the world of making, because of an ingenious idea that we did right here on this stream today. Hold on to your bootstraps. I get sweat from the steam. It's pretty dry. It feels pretty dry. And greet the young lady. Now, one thing you'll learn if you watch me for very long is how to get things accomplished and things done in the arting world without using a ruler. Of course, I don't really like them because I can never figure out or remember what the little marks mean. I'm more of an eyeballer. So I just made little tick marks of where that envelope, where this page I want it to end. And I can always trim. I should do this down the bottom. I probably should be just a little bit shorter so it doesn't stick out. Now, if I thought ahead, I could have really used the glue on that to help stick this down, but that's all right. And I probably should get out my Yest paste because I think that would make a nice, I've got it buried. Would create a nice stick. We'll just say that, a nice stick. I'm going to use this plastic bag that all my bits came out of. And I'm going to dig out one of my little silicone spreaders because that seems to work well for me when I'm messing around with the Yest paste. Now, the last couple times I opened this, of course, I haven't done the Vaseline stuff like Beth recommends because I don't think of it. I don't think of it until I go to open it and then I can't open it. Hold, please. Hi, Barb. It's so nice to see you. Good morning. I'm opening a jar of Yest paste. I've almost got it. I keep my little moist baby wipe in the top of it. Now I'm just creating pages, and then once I get them created, I'm going to figure out how I want to put it together. Initially, I was thinking the tab journal type binding. But they have to be all single pages. See, it's not going to be a single page because there's a fold right here. Now I got messy. I got messy there. So that's not good. Now I'm just wondering with some of these little bits that was included here, if I could use this, one of these. to create yet another. I mean, there are going to be plenty of pockets. But maybe if I come in from this angle, I can do a tuck spot. Or it could be another pocket. Let's see if that closes like that. All right, let me trim one of these out. I'm just going to use the cutter because sometimes I don't cut so good. Well, sometimes I don't cut so good on the cutter either. Nah. See, I'm just off. I'm just off a wee bit. This is the Plenty-O Pocket Journal. I should get out my lifetime supply of paste, antiquing paste. Sometimes I get so, I get a little bit of tunnel vision. And I get an idea and I can't seem to let it go. And then afterwards, you know, something else comes to me. So I'm trying not to do that, but oh, see, look, when I trimmed that, look, I trimmed it so, yeah, aka tomato paste. You got it, Barb. When I trimmed that, see, it's too small. This, I think, is going to work better. So, look, they even gave me the glue from the top of the tablet. How about that? How about it? So if I leave this way, see, that just drives me crazy. I got to get it off. Judy, hello. I do it that way, and then I could fussy cut this part here. Now this I would have to, I'm off camera, sorry. Not like you need to see me fussy cut, but. I'm leaving that little bit off, stick out, because I don't want to trim that off. I want it to look cute. She said, I'm cute, I'm cute. And I'm not doing it real. I'm not doing it real fussy cutterish. All right, that looks horrible. I think we're going to need another bit of paper. See, this really makes you appreciate when you watch some of the channels like Treasure Books, where she's got all the instructions written out and she shows you what you're going to do and she takes you step by step. And sometimes you might think, man, this chick's really anal. But see, when you watch somebody like me, who's just doing it by the seat of their pants, you can appreciate how fabulous she is. I'm sorry, my phone made me do it. What did you do, Marty? I missed whatever you did. Oh, geez, Peter. Let's see if the pants is the best, you think? I don't know. It's like, yep, not watching that chick anymore. Or, she's a genius. However does she do it? Still got it's really a little bit large. I kind of like that part. Maybe I'll zip it off right about here. This is the other thing I do. Natasha, I thought that was her name. She sounds so adorable, doesn't she? That little Treasure Books gal. I fold a little tiny end of it and then I take it to the cutter and that's where I cut. All to avoid using, oh, that's the wrong side, a measuring implement. Girls, I gotta say, I'm feeling a little shaky. I did have something to eat. I'll have another sip of coffee. That perhaps will work. I should have gotten water. I'm trying to think what I ate. Oh, I had a sandwich. I should be fine. I don't know. It's going on. Okay, I usually put this in the lid of something or on a scrap piece of paper, and then I end up putting my fist in it. She is gorgeous. I haven't seen her. She sounds adorable. And quite clever. She's quite clever. All right, I know this is a mistake, but I'm just doing it because I hate opening and closing and opening and closing that tube. I really don't like it. Okay, let's see. I do like this little round blender tool. Let's chop off this little bit. I think part of the issue is it's very muggy here today. I'm taking off my little long sleeve. No happy medium. We're getting into the no happy medium. I know Barb is probably still freezing where she is. All right, so if I put this here, I'm quickly running out of room. Let's get that paste out of the way here. If I put this here and glue it down, and then I can put this on as a pocket. All right, let's start at the very beginning. Let's glue first. Yeah, what's with that, Marty? Where's the stinking trolley? Man, I wanted a chocolate frog. My coffee always gets so, let's see, I'm over the line there, I think. No, maybe right where that glue label is. But by the time I remember to take a sip of my coffee, it's already cold. Okay, here's the epitome of laziness. I'm going to text my husband and see if he'll get me a glass of water. I don't want to scream to him. I'm going to say please. He's not really a texting kind of a guy, so person, I should say. So we'll see if that works. I don't think I have any glue right there. Now, somebody was saying the other day on one of the streams that if you put the yes paste here and yes paste there, and then let it just get tacky. It might have been Aunt Beck was saying that it works very well. But I'm doing okay with it this way. Oh, she's here. Was it you saying it, Aunt Beck? Because you were saying Scott had some special paper for book covers. And then to put the yes paste on both sides and then let it get tacky. I think it was you. I think, methinks. I hear my refrigerator going. Somebody that loves me is getting me some ice water. He's a good old boy. All right. So now what I found about this antiquing paste is that it can really get very, very heavy on your piece. But if you do like the old way of inking and you you rub some of it out and you come from out far into your piece, I find I like the coverage much better. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you so much. He's a wonderful man. I married a wonderful man. I'm going to move my coffee cup. Oh, that one doesn't fit like the other one does. Oh, Lord have mercy. Girls, I need to find a place to put my coffee mug or I'm going to knock that over. Okay. Because if you put whatever you're using to ink with, if you put that right in that antiquing paste and go right to your piece, I'm thinking you're not going to like it. It can be a bit blobbish. Oh, Marty's singing. Yes, paste here. Yes, paste there. Here, paste there. Paste everywhere. Yes, paste. It's not what you were thinking and singing. Oh my gosh, yesterday I had some song. I don't even want to think about what song I had in my head. I don't know where it came from, but it would not leave me. Obviously, it's left me now. I want it to stay gone. So I don't even want to think about it. All right, so I'm thinking I might have this page go this way because I see I have a little bit of envelope or the back of the paper showing there, which I don't like. So I might put a bit of lace down that way. Maybe I'll just do this journal like a regular envelope journal and just start sliding in or gluing on, you know, once these dry. Okay, so I can put that there. Now let's see what we have that we can use over here on this pocket. Now I also want to think about a cover before I use all my goods. That would be a pretty cover. So let's put that aside so I don't go chopping that up. Have you ever done that like years ago when I started to do I know, right? It just and then I said to somebody that they're called earworms and they're like, "What?" Okay, so these I can use for journaling cards for sure. Okay. So what can I put? That fleur is very pretty. Let's fussy cut this baby. It's on both sides. But see, my mother used to do it all the time when we were kids growing up. And we'd say something and she'd start singing something about it. So I get it from the old gal. My son was showing me he's got some kind of an app. I forget what it's called. It's on the bottom of the picture where I was sending him pictures. You can put a picture in this app and it makes the picture look really cool. And then I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to do a little journal with these photos? Let me show you. Let me show you what he sent me. And then I can tell you what it's called. That's the wrong. Okay, I've got to get over here into Messenger. Okay, so this is a picture of my bonus son and his youngest. Okay, so I sent that to my son. And then he sent me this. Isn't it cool? And then I sent him one of her sister. This is Ray Ray. Isn't it cool what it does? And it makes even the not so... See, this is one of me. Look, stuff on my face. But it makes you look cool. So it's called newprofilepic.com. Now, I don't know if it costs anything, but I thought it would be cool to print out pictures like that and make a journal. I'm all about not looking like your real self. Your sisters and you do that? See, this is the other thing I do. I throw paper places and it hits the paste, and then I get a big spot on the back of mine. Aunt Beck, I guess I was in Murray's and you were sharing about all the views you got on your one video. Congrats. That's amazing. Girl. Woohoo. So cool. Okay. So now I've inked that a bit, right? So I can put that there, but see, I don't want to just put that there. Now, I don't want it to be too thick because, let's face it, it's probably already going to be a chubby little journal. But the creator of this stuff, it's like, girl, that's what they say, like when something blows up. Woo! Nice. Nice. Good job. If I put a piece under there, look at this. This is like an accordion. Oh, girls, maybe a piece of this burlap. See how a piece of this looks underneath. Yeah, that might do, huh? I don't know. It hit. Hey, Dana, how are you? Nice to see you. It hit a lot of chord. It hit a chord with a lot of people. I know, but people were into it. So that is super cool. Super, super cool. All right, this is going to fray on its own for sure. I guess I better get my... And I like when things stick out. They stick out and about. So I'm going to put it on an angle. And then I'm going to take... I'm trying to use as much as I can from the things provided in this cool little kit. Do 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 do. Perhaps a bit of this, just a little bit. Open the door, Richard. Open the door, Richard. You know, this is more looking like maybe the cover. What if I did this as the cover? What did I say this was? I said this was 4 3/4 by, I measured 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. That's the bummer about some of these smaller. Okay, 4 1/4. I want the smaller flowers. So if I do 4 1/4. See, it never fails that when you pull this out where you need to measure, it's always like right where that is. It's not marked very well. By 5 3/4. Oh, that's not bad. That's right there. I'm sorry, my desk, I should clean this up. It's so jumbly. That might be good. Because see, then if I make this puffy, I'm off just a tad, and I measured that time. Hi, Connie Dunn. Nice to see you. Girls, I'm making by the seat of my pants, you see. Just wherever my brain leads me. For those that have just come in, I had this kit that I purchased. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know it was from the virtual craft vendors market on Keisha's Creations. I know that, but I don't know what creator there made it. Dana, it could have been you. I don't know. Could have been Melody. I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember I liked it. I liked it. And I'm using envelopes as my substrate. Got a little bit of wiggle room there with the yes piece. Not much. There we go. I scooted it on there. I scooted. It's the 15th. Isn't there a mystery box? Oh! I do believe you're right, Connie. I do believe you're right. Oh my gosh, it's so awful. I never know what day it is anymore. Being retired is a wonderful thing. Being retired. Okay. Now I'm going to just trim that little. See, I have just a little bit of an edge there. I'm going to trim that. So what I've done so far is I coffee dyed my envelopes. I cut out a little thumb notch. And I've glued on an extension on the flap. And I was going to put this little cluster over here because I'm going to put this here as a pocket on here. And then I was going to do the cluster here. But then it was looking so cute. I was thinking, well, why don't I just do that on the cover? See you now. You're retired too? Yeah, I know you don't do the market anymore, but I thought I might have purchased this from you when you did. I'm not sure because I mean it's really your stuff was really cool. I don't remember. So I get in trouble with birthdays though. That's what I did with my sister's like, you don't know when your grandson's birthday is? I said, yeah, I know what his birthday is. I just don't know what today is. Now see, if I put that little bit of tulle under there, that's not going to show up. So if I put it against something lighter, you don't really see it that way either. See, it's just, now this might be too white, but it might be okay if I might have to set this aside and give it a moment to, but I do like that. I might get out my tiny attacher. Oh, what's the name of your channel, Dana? Let's tell everyone. All right, let's do the tiny attacher there. Whoops. I pulled a thread. All right, so that might work for a cover. I'm not quite there. I'm not ready for that yet. That might work. So let's go back into the inside. So then over here, I wanted to put this down and create like a little tuck spot. And for that, I'm going to use just my glue. Scrappy Girl. So it's just, okay, so it's just your, very good. So it's Dana's channel is Scrappy Girl, Dana Yates. Got it. Excellente. Excellente. So let me put a little squishy glue there. And to tell you quite honestly, I've gotten my little glue bottles a little mixed up. So this is either golden matte medium in this little vessel, or it could be Mod Podge. I'm not sure which. I was, hey Brenda, how are you? Nice to see you. I was marking my little bottles, and then from using them, you know, I was always touching them, and it was where it wore off, and I never put it back on. Now I'm going to put a little piece of lace or something across the top there. Look how cute these little strips are. Do, 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 do. I guess it doesn't matter which side is which. I have like 7 or 8. What time tomorrow? Dana's going live tomorrow. Tell us the time. Tell us the time, please. Now, I'm mostly doing this because I want to cover up that little snafu right there. Okay. It doesn't take much for a page to come together. This is probably, maybe it's not because they're stitches, but that's the flat side. Yeah, her channel, Connie, is Scrappy Girl -- Dana Yates. And she's coming on 3 p.m. And you just need to let us know if that's Central, Eastern. Hate to be a bug, but there's many of us in different time zones. So we want to make sure we don't miss you. Okay, so now I'm looking for, on my messy cluttered desk, there it is, right in front of me, my Fabri-Tac. I'm going to put a little bit of that down. And it's way too much. Okay, here's an idea for a stream. Let's see how many different glues you can use in one stream. La 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 la. I've got Yes Paste. I've got Hot Glue. Barb, I'm telling you, girl, we'd get along so very well. I might just leave that stick out like that and make that a little tibby-tabby. Not sure what I'm going to do on that side, so I'm going to let it go, let it go. Put a little bit of color where I put those pages together. All right, that seems to, oh good, so Connie subscribed. I'll have to look. I think I may have subscribed, but I'll check when I get off of here. Now look, isn't that a cute little, that's a cute little fabric flower. It's, you know, like upholstery fabric. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut that out. But let's do some kind of a stenciling or something here. Let's do, what do I have at the ready? What do I have at the ready? See, this is why your craft area gets so messy, because one thing leads to another. Maybe a little bit of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do, 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 do. All right, so I think I have in my oxide some, well, there's the distressed ink tea dye. It's right on top. So let's go with that. And I'm just going to scrub some of this on. I know, I envy the girls that I watch. Okay, so Dana says she's been working on a graduation album for, oh, that's so nice. Steampunk. Oh, it's not steampunk. And then you're also working on a steampunk journal. Cool. Yeah, I have been really enjoying lives while I'm working at my desk. I don't know. I do replays too, but if there's a live one, boy, I'd much rather do that, even if I just, you know, don't say a whole lot here, just here and there. All right, so I'm not sure that I want spillage there. So I'm going to pop in a little piece of cod to protect the inside. I know, you don't really, you know. And I'm not concerned about it all being very even. I'm just going to hit or miss it, which is fine with me. I just want to get something down on that blank, and then I can always come back in and add something down the road if I choose to. But for right now, we're doing the bare bones of building this journal from this kit. You know, I had the idea of what I was going to do for my stream today, and I know I bought several kits, and couldn't remember where to put any of them. So I'm digging around thinking, oh my gosh, this is just classic. This is classic Lori. And then I all of a sudden remembered, oh, you've got a bin under your desk. There's probably one in there. And sure enough, there it be. Connie's working on a black and white photo book for all your black and white pics. That sounds fun. Black, white, and olive. Ooh, that sounds cool. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to use my fabric scissors. And I'm going to cut out this little flower. And if it gets frayed, that's okay with me. My fabric scissors usually work a little better than this. But that's really asking a lot for my fabric scissors to go in. And there you go. That's better. Maybe I was just too close to the edge. Now, in a small journal, sometimes you may not have a lot of space to either art or to actual journal. I'm not an actual journaler. I like art journals, not so much the writing journals. But you can always create flip ups or flip outs, or, a little door or something where you can hide a little spot or add something if you want to make additional space in something that's small. Now, of course, I can coffee dye more, but I just coffee dyed 5 envelopes to get me started here. I just, every once in a while, I see something and then it comes to mind, oh, I haven't looked for any Edith Holden books lately. I've got several that I'm hoarding. So I saw one for a halfway decent price. And it came yesterday. Oh my gosh, I don't have one like this, girls. If you want, I can show it to you. I just love her books, and I'm so excited about this one. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it. Okay, so this is a half flower that was on that piece of upholstery fabric. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with Edith Holden and her garden journals. You're going to be jealous, Connie. You're going to be jelly. Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to put all these on here, but at least I have them cut out. Now, I want this to say kind of, I just go on the internet and I start Googling around, and I have found them either Abe Books is one place or Thrift Books, and Edith, yes. This one is called Gardening Notes, I think. Now, let me just see. There it is. The Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady, Edith Holden. It's got a beautiful dark green cover. That's a bit busy. And this is not that old. This is 1989. I keep moving my yes paste from one spot to another. So it's a little, if you're familiar with her work, to me it's a little different than the other pages that we're more familiar with. Like, oh, I just pulled all those and put them in a different spot. See, I'm going to have an avalanche if I don't take care. So it's about the same size. It is the same size. So this is what I'm used to. Well, this is not really what I'm used to, but this kind of thing of her work. So these just look a little different to me. And they're poems. So it's different. Like in the other ones, she has, you know, might be a double page spread. And then there's information about, you know, winter berries or whatnot. But this has poems in it. So it's all the same artwork, but with poems. Now she's got a couple of little journal notes here. But see, this one's got a May poem. I about had an attack when I opened up my package, and this is what it was. Because see, a lot of them, see, I'll copy the title and then put it into Amazon to try to see the inside of the books, because some of them you can't tell. Like I just got a book called it's not called called Magical Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I was hoping it would have images in it that I could, you know, practice and draw some of the images, but it's just a storybook. It doesn't have any images. I'm probably going to take it apart and make something from it, and some of it may get cut up. Yeah, I know, Barb, but you know what? For me, it's just, I know it's crazy, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. I'm weird. So I'm working on some stuff for the market, and it does involve Edith Holden, and I've been able to work with some of the pages. So I'm over some of the hoarding. But yeah, this one's different than the other ones that I have. And then I've had a couple. See, this is one of the pages from, there's one called, it's not one of her gardening books. It's like, it's got a picture of her on the front dust jacket, I think. And it's got pages in it like this that shows work from her gardening books, but then it's also got stories about her family and her sister and I think her dad, and then some different things and where they lived. So the pages are like this in it. But the gardening books all have this type of, you know, that cream colored page with her drawings and, you know, her little notes about the variety of the flowers. And of course, see, I struggle cutting and throwing away the page number. See, I cut that out and make a little card or add it. Yes. Yes. Or 2 or 3. Just saying. I have others where I have the page, like the month separated, but they don't, like one month goes into the next. So that's a dilemma for me. But the pages are smaller. But I took it apart and I don't know what the cover of that one was. And that's really different. I wonder if I have those. I think they're smaller anyway. I could be delusional. Hold on. I think I have them here. Yeah, they are smaller. And then there's some, if you are fortunate enough and if you like the way that looks, like you can get them in German. Like all the words are in German. So like how cute is that? See, so this is what size this is. Let's see. So this one's 7 by 9. See, and then I found this one. This one is 7 1/4 by maybe 5 7/8. Look how delightful that is. See, this one's in German. You know, to which I say, who cares? But see, it's just sitting. I'm not doing anything with it. So I've had to talk with myself. And I'm going to start using some of it. Okay. Don't know how we got off on that. So I think for right now, and this could be a writing space. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this little gem. And I think perhaps maybe a little bit of this underneath is called for. Just a smidge. Okay, Marty. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Have a good afternoon. That really doesn't do anything for it. Let's let it go. I'm going to just glue down the center. That way, if come you know, later down the road a bit, I can lift up the edge. That gives me a little bit of wiggle room or some other options. If I want to add something, the whole flower's not glued down, I can lift up an edge and just tuck something underneath. Okay. So I'm gonna use that as my cover. This can come out. Now, it's just not quite dry yet, but let's hit it with the heat gun just a little. Now what I could do, it's pretty dry. If I put this together like this, I could then stitch it in like that. That would give me some additional options. And that's how G. Kerr puts her books together. Okay, hop over to Judy's. I don't know what Judy's is. Is Judy on somewhere? There's a Judy. Oh, to have pie? Are we going to have pie at Judy's? Oh, yes, please. All right, so let's see. Oh, look, I missed that little bit. So I'm going to take this away because I think I want to work down on my glass with this glue. All right, so G. Kerr will take, and you can do it this way, and your flaps can come out that way, or you can do it this way, and then your pockets, you know. So that's how I have the original, like the cover, the back and front cover. So maybe let's do it this way. And what she does is she just glues a piece of fabric to her book, to her envelope. And then she'll put another piece here. So that's what I'm going to do. And, you know, you can get crazy about getting it exactly centered. So if I make a mark, if I fold that and I pop a little pin right there. Get out all the little bits. And then I want to make sure both my envelopes are going the same way. Yeah, I guess fabric washi is good, but I have a hard time getting the fabric, the washi to stick. Maybe the fabric washi is a little better. And I was thinking about using the Tim Holtz, but there again, I hoard that stuff too, right? Issues, issues, issues. All right, so let's get a blob of this glue. And I shouldn't really, I should have got out my other silicone spreader. Just keeping that other envelope there as a kind of as a guide. So I'm going to pop that down. Now normally, oh, that sounds cool. Dana makes her own with fabric medical tape. Nice. It's better than the regular washi. That's cool. So now normally I would have 2 strips of fabric that match, but because I'm using stuff out of this kit I purchased, I'm just using what I have available here. That's too pretty to use there. So I need to find another strip of something. Might have to use my a bit of the what is that? That might work. Let's glue the other side. Spreading that out a little bit. And then you want those to line up as best you can. I miss Janet. There's Janet. Hello, Janet. Nice to see you. All right, so now I'm a little cheaty face with I don't cut fabric so well either. So this is what I do. I fold it in half, or I fold it wherever I want to make the cut. This is why junk journaling and shabby chic and all that works for me, because I'm good with junk and I'm good with shabby. Okay, Becky. Hope she's doing well. Take care. Thanks for popping in. All right, so let me get my fabric scissors if I can locate them. So I've just got that folded. This piece of fabric's real hairy. Real hairy. And the issues that I have with my arms and my hands, like even to use a roller cutter, I can't press down hard enough. So then I just pull that fold on my scissors. This is not the best way to do this, for sure. But it works okay for me. So now I'm going to put that other piece of fabric there. And like I said, if I was doing this on my own, I would have that matchy-matchy. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. See, I still have a little glue that's coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and pop some glue down. This is the Fabri-Tac style glue. Cap down, cap down. There it is. Missing cap. Okay, got it. All right. Don't want to glue my pin in there, so I'll get that out. Now, remember that the fabric is porous, so you're going to get some of that coming through. All right. I was quite heavy-handed down there towards the bottom. All right, now let's see. So now this is going to be our cover, or my cover, and I'm going to probably stitch that in. So that's 4. I coffee dyed 5. Envelopes. I can coffee dye more. But it doesn't, the journal doesn't have to be super huge either, right? So I'm just, I'm just fiddling. I'm just fiddling around, seeing which direction I want to go. Oh, thanks, Brenda. I have a little decoration that I started to work on there, but so if I do it that way, I've got 2 pockets, glue that in, can decorate there. I actually could even stitch in pages here. A couple more pockets. So that might be something to think about. I'd have to really snuggle those in there. I've got to watch my time because we're playing Pinochle early today. I'm playing at 2:30 Eastern, so I have to be off by 2. And I don't know if Tanya might be ready to rock and roll if she's coming on at 2. She used to come on around 2, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I know I could be mistaken. But she might be on at 2. So I think I kind of like that. So that means I have to glue this baby in here. But for some reason that I don't want to push it all the way in because I need the page to be like right there. You've never played Pinochle? Yeah, we like it. I am not too much of a card person per se, but I do like Pinochle. Of course, I learned how to play it when I was a kid, and we couldn't talk our kids into learning how to play it. Don't know why. I think I want to yes paste it and see if I can slide this in, because then that'll give me a little bit of wiggle room, I think. Maybe before I do that, what I'll want to do is maybe let me stencil a little bit on this other side, and let me get my little piece of card to protect this spot here. And I'm going to use my ink. Yeah, we played all that too, and I would play it. My mother used to get so mad. Oh my gosh. She would get so mad. Playing Rummy, 500 Rummy. Oh my goodness. My dad worked shift work, so there was a lot of times when, you know, he was at work and she was home with us three girls, and we weren't always pleasant like we are now. Oh gosh, he made her cry on several occasions. She would lock herself in a room. It's funny now. It was not funny then. And we were good kids. I mean, we were good kids, really. I mean, we were not problems. It was just, it was stressful for her for whatever reason. And believe me, I'm not proud to tell you this, but I had a bit of a flippant mouth, and you know, got the ring finger across the face a couple of times, and really quite deserved. Mouthing off to me mom. Not good. Not good. Okay, so that'll look okay, I think, there. Because I want to be able to use that pocket. All right. If it doesn't work, I can take it. I can, start all over again. I don't want to start over. All right, so I'm going to put yes paste on here. I need a jar. Well, that'll peel off. The one thing about putting glue on your palette knives and your little silicone things, well, the silicone things are a dream. Okay, now, girls, I got to put it on the correct side. It's going to go in that way, is it not? So the glue's got to go back here. It just kind of peels off, which is a nice, easy cleanup. And I want to make sure I get this edge down really well, because then, when you're sliding stuff into the pocket, you don't want anything to get caught. So I want to make sure I spread that out pretty well. Dana says, my sisters would run from my granny and get her laughing, and she would wet herself. Oh my gosh, things we did to my mom's mom. My mom at one point was really, really like that furniture that just had the wooden legs, and you couldn't see it. You could see right under it. Didn't have like a skirt or anything, like, so it was all open. I guess it was very modern. In your olive greens and your oranges and stuff. And my parents didn't go out much, but on the rare occasion that they did, and my grandmother, we lived next door to my dad's mom, if she couldn't watch, just sometimes my mom's mom would come up from Philadelphia and come and stay over for a few days and then watch us girls. Well, my mom's mom was very hard of hearing, and she would not wear hearing aids or anything, right? So We were, you know, we were younger. We weren't little. We were younger. We weren't little. And we had a hallway. Our bedrooms were off of the hallway. We called her Nanny. Hi, Violet. Nice to see you. Yeah, 70s style. And, you know, we would be in bed. She'd get us in bed. And then we'd scheme up this plan. My two sisters shared a room. I had a room to myself. So we'd meet out in the hallway and we'd army crawl. Why we crawled, I don't know, because we could have walked down the hallway. We crawled down the hallway, would crawl out into the living room and army crawl and get right underneath my nan's chair and lay there for I don't know how long, watch TV. She had no idea we were there. And then we'd get giggling. You know, not bad stuff, just ornery stuff. Okay, so I think I like that. So now I have a little pocket. Still have my pocket. Then I've got another pocket over here, an additional envelope. Then I've got these two that I put together G. Kerr style, which I can stitch in. But I think I would like some pages in here. Now, I just saw, what am I going to use for pages? I have stuff all over. Oh, look, how many? Look, there's a wet envelope over here. How many did I do? 1, 2, I must have done 6. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I must have done 6. What did I see that I thought I could use? I don't want to use those. Okay, I've taken apart a book. This is quite some time ago. Now, these are already stained pages. And some of them are just maybe a little too bizarre. Okay, Dana says her boys were like 2 and 3, and they got on their tippy toes and took donuts off the counter and went and hid under a table to eat them. Hi, Gail. Nice to see you. So some of these pages I didn't think I would ever use for anything, but I thought, you know what, if I did a journal of some kind, I could cover up some of the stuff. Of course, the Paris stuff I wouldn't cover up because I love Paris. I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. See, now look at this one. That time we ate magic mushrooms in the desert. Some of this is just too off-colored for me. But I like the shape and I like the size of the pages. So maybe if I cut some of these down, they're already coffee stained, I could use them. So let's see. Let me pick out a couple that I think. Now, if I took them and went like that, that might be good. And I could just trim. See, every page has got something goofy on one side. That's the thing. Sending flowers for no particular reason. And this says foot massage technique. So that's a possibility. I could cut them. No, see, I need the fold because I want to stitch it. See, this is why I don't throw anything out, because you just never know. This one says belly button. Okay, just belly button. See, I can fold that. And I don't want too many pages because, you know, it's already going to not shut very well. But I just feel like I need a couple of pages. If I do it that way. All right, let me find a couple of more here. This was some kind of book you're supposed to go through and then I guess put in things that you like or dislike. I don't know. And I'm picking out, because I picked out this one that's kind of really a dark brown. Dana, what do you still do? Sit under the table and eat donuts? Is that what you're telling us? Just kidding. I didn't shave for 3 months. Let's see. I need another. Here's a dark page. Andy Richter, especially the Conan O'Brien years. Yeah, I actually know who that is, which I don't usually know all that stuff. Look, I bent that one. Okay. So I do like those pages. I just don't like those things. All right, and some of the corners are rounded. So, of course, my journal isn't. Oh, you were telling. Okay, I missed that. Okay. So let's fold that. So I'll just have a few pages. Do whatever. Now, my goodness, look, isn't that funny? They're not even the same size. Oh, that's a hoot. Hoot, hoot, hoot. All right, so I want them trimmed maybe about there. I'm going to trim them all at once. Probably not a great idea, but I'm doing it. Gotta find my trim spot. And if it's not perfect, that's all right too. Look at that yummy stuff I still have I could use, right? That one's cattywampus. Now, we could really get crazy here and add, I could dry this page and add this in. Let's give this guy a little, I don't know why he didn't dry. He was sitting over there all by himself. I can't believe I did 6 envelopes instead of 5. I should be able to count a little higher than, you know. I was thinking of maybe a little tip out. If I put this here, that could tip out, but I would have to, of course, trim it because the book has to shut. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Could be a tip out, like a tip out, like tip it out. Or do I glue it this way? It's still damp. I must have saturated this poor guy. And just trim it off here. That might work. I have more of these envelopes. Of course, they're not all coffee stained. What do you think, girls? I could put it this way, so the little thumb thing is in the inside. Actually, I could make a second thumb thing. Thumb thing. I'm going to make something out of the thumb thing. Okay, now I'm really getting weird. So, because our friends live in Colorado now, that we always played Pinochle with, we play online. And week after week, the girls get the short end of the stick. It just seems, however, the computer deals, we just really don't get any good cards overall. We have an occasional decent hand. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Right? And then I could take another piece of paper from the kit and cover this. Actually, I could make that a tuck spot. Girls, the tuck spot. Tuck, the tuck spot, tuck. All right, so if I do that, this is how I get in trouble. I should put the, let's see. All right, so I just want this bottom edge, right? And these sides. Should have probably covered this. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why my cutter looks like... Do you ever watch somebody that does a video and all their stuff looks pristine? It's because they take good care and they don't, you know, paint on top of their cutter, glue on top of their cutter. All right, now we're back to these little guys. So they're going to fit in there very cutely, I think, very nicely. So now I'm going to take my rounder. I always forget I have this one. I'm always digging around for my dark blue and light blue. Oh, what's the name of that company? Memories Are Us rounder. I love that rounder. It's always buried in the bottom of my drawer. I don't care if these are a little rough, but I'm not going to cut more off. But see, look how loopy I got that. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie. Yeah, I think that's about the same. And I always flip it. And do the other side so it's as perfect as it can be, because I have issues. Dun, 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 dun. Flip it. That one's like a wild hare. It is quite lovely to have some things that are already coffee stained, if you like that look, to then not have to stop what you're doing and coffee stain, envelopes. Just saying. Actually, I'm liking that kind of roughed up a little bit. What's this space? Oh, that's the Andy Richter thing. So I think I want that way. Okay. Where's my other little? And this one says, yeah, this one got wonky too. So really, in a couple of hours, now I still have lots of stuff left in this kit that I purchased, right? But I've got a good start here on a cute little journal. It's quarter to 2. There's nobody in the place except me and you. So I think I will work on this again because I really like this. So I've got my pages. My belly is upside down. And if I do this way, if you want to flip those, because this is what I'm thinking. Okay, Barb, I'm getting ready to scoot myself. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good rest of your day. See, now I can come back in and I can put some gesso on there. I can use some of the bits from the kit that I purchased. All right. And I can cover up those portions that I don't care for, because this doesn't work for this. Even if I did like it, it doesn't work for it. And I want this to open my pages and see the same, basically, it looked pretty much the same. And then there it does. And then here it does. And then there it does. And then here it does. Okay, let's just be honest. You're watching a genius at work. How lucky did I get? I got lucky. So what I'm going to do is then I'll load up thread in my machine and I'm going to stitch right down there. Okay. Oh, that's not true. That's not true, girls. I got to put my cover on. I'm going to put it in here. Line this up and stitch. So then that'll be in my book like that. Hi, Deb. Deb, I understand you're going to be on later. What is it, 4 or 5 Eastern? Could you tell us, please? Deb's coming on later. I don't know if Tanya's coming on at 2. She may be 2 or 3, perhaps. And Dana shared she's coming on tomorrow at 3. Did Dana ever tell us whether it's Eastern, 3 o'clock Eastern, or Pacific, or Central, or Mountain Time? Okay, so I will trim a little bit of this off and this off. So I've got a pocket here, pocket here. I can decorate or make little tuck spots or whatever. That's a pocket. Something's going to go on there. Then I have journaling pages in the center. I've got a tuck spot here. Of course, this will all get decorated. I've got another pocket here. I've got a tip out. Okay, Deb says it will. Oh, you're welcome, Deb. It will be 4 Central. So anyone that's watching now or might catch a replay before then, that would be 5 Eastern. And this is Sunday, the 15th of May. Can you believe we're halfway through May? Before you know it, I'm going to be 69 years old. That stinks. Okay, so then I have this, and then of course this is what we originally started to work on. I've got a little tuck spot there, which right now I can't get my fingers into. But I have plenty of stuff left from this kit that I purchased, so I'm going to stitch that together. Not crazy about this being my back cover. But when I originally started, this wasn't going to be my cover. But see, then I started farting around. Where did I put the See, Holly would always be able to tell me where I put. Hey, Holly, where's my flower? And she'd say, "Did you look under?" And she would know where my flower was. She had like hawk eyes. She always knew what was what. Oh, here we go. Here it is. So I'm going to put my piece of, this was all part of the kit. Oh, did you, Deb? How is it? Usually it does, and it doesn't bother me, really. I mean, but really, 69? Who would have ever thought? All right, so I'm going to put down, I believe, that piece of burlap, and then I'm probably going to dig out some cheesecloth. Put under there, and maybe this under here. See, and then I got those little pearls that were part of this kit. And see, it looks like little, looks like little pearls around here. So I may try to glue around here. Thanks, Carol. You do the same. And then maybe a little pearl in the center. We'll see. But this is what I'm thinking for the cover. Maybe some lace. And then, of course, I'm going to wrap something around this back edge. And then I'll do something on that back cover. I mean, the back cover's okay. I might just stencil on top of this or something. Or stamp. I don't know. But it's still a work in progress for sure. And there's just so much stuff here to still use. Look at this cute napkin. I mean, handkerchief. I mean, really, how adorable is this stuff? All right, so I need some time to have a comfort break before my pinochle game starts. If you can send any good vibes. Girls rule, boys drool. Girls rule, boys drool. Yeah, that would be great if the girls could. I mean, we might win a game or so, but sometimes we usually play 4 or 5 games, okay? The guys usually win at least 3 or 4 of those, and sometimes 5, okay? That's terrible. All right, so let's see. It's Sunday. Tanya has been away, but oh, thank you, Gail. She may be on because she was before her holiday was on Sunday afternoons. Deb's coming on 4 Central. Mary should be on unless she's, pooped from being in the yard. She might, her scheduled time is usually Sunday evenings. Am I missing anybody for Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening? Dana said she's going to do a live tomorrow, and that's, you have to look at Scrap Girl -- Dana Yates. Deb, your name of your channel is Deb Farrell, right? Make sure everybody can find you. And The other girls were on earlier. I think that's all. All right, so I might pop on again before my next scheduled time. I've been trying to do Friday mornings and then Sunday mornings with an occasional pop on. Great. Okay, so Deb's channel is Deb Farrell. And I think that's about it for me, ladies. Thanks for joining me and watching me fudge through this beautiful kit. And we'll see you all soon, hopefully at Deb's and then maybe at Murray's. And if not, enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you somewhere next week. And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And we'll see you soon. Thanks, ladies. Bye-bye.